So, you want to have the best possible product management resume there is? I'm here to help. Hi, I'm Dr. Bart and I'll be your product management teacher. As a part of my Udemy course, I do review resumes. I give my students a lot of information on how to craft a great one, and based on that I take a look and advise on what should be changed. However, despite having a video, resources, instructions, those don't really come up as good as I hope, like the initial run. Thus, I want to record this video to give everyone all the information they need to craft their optimal product management CV, resume, and help all of you find the job you need, because you need to realize that resume is just part of the journey, but a very important one, because this is that converts a piece of paper into a meeting that can give you your, dream job. So without further ado, let me give the advice I have. This will be a 3-part video. In this one, we'll analyze the structure, and then I'll focus on 2 important elements of the resume in the next 2 videos that I will post within the next 2 weeks with 1-week interval. So, first thing you need to know and realize is what resume really is and what isn't. What it is a document that should convince someone on the other side that you are the perfect or at least a very good match to the job offer they presented to the world. This is not your record of professional life. This is not your memoir. This is not a company record of you. No, this is a pitch deck. This is a sales presentation. Of course, it's not as flashy and it has to be still a PDF or Word document, but it is you presenting yourself on those maximum 2 pages to show yourself from the best possible sides. An often mistake that I see on resumes is that people try to put everything there is to know about their professional life, which is making a great disservice, because it dilutes what's important, and especially for product managers that have to exceed at communication. And failing at this very important step is like, hey, I'm not a good PM, I can't even sell myself. Of course, you're not supposed to be a salesman, but you will be presenting different ideas to management and you have to be able to pitch the idea. And here you're pitching the idea of yourself as the product manager for the company you want to apply to. But what does it mean to pitch yourself for a position? Well, first and foremost, formulate the whole document as if you are trying to prove to someone that you are the person that fits perfectly to the job ad. So literally look at the job ad, look at the resume, and make sure that it's obvious that you match the requirements, that the recruiter doesn't have to work that hard in order to, justify calling you. That means that you will have to put some effort and some work each time you apply. You will have to adjust your resume to the offer. I know. This is the most ignored advice on resumes. And don't. This is the best advice you can get. This is what makes you successful. I understand it's easy to create a single document and send it to 50 different places. Don't get me wrong, I've done that myself in the past. But this isn't the optimal way. This is your resume masterclass, not a class. So, in the effort to get you hired, put in more work. Make sure you adjust that resume each time. But that's not all. Another similar mistake is that you're crafting a generic document, and that's a mistake. A generic, which I mean that you just tell what you did, what you achieved, and how your career and education went, where in fact you have to focus on proving to the other side that you are the man for the job, which means that you have to focus on the product management aspects of your work and only focus on the positions that prove that statement. I will be talking about that in detail in the next video, but for now, just realize that even if you are a data analyst or a quality engineer or a developer, you need to find elements that are common between your positions and product management and stress them out, or tell about the initiatives, the elements of your professional life where you acted as a product manager, even if you didn't hold the title officially. Titles are meaningless. Achievements are timeless. Basically, think of your resume as an essay that you write to prove that you are a best perfect candidate for that specific position you're applying for. Now, let me just stress, in case that it's not obvious, make sure that your resume is looking great. Look for good template generators. Don't try to create them on your own unless you have a good design background. I don't. I always use publicly free available resume template generators, and they work just fine. You will have a safe document that looks great, but you also have to do the extra mile of making sure that your grammar is perfect, that you don't have a single mistake. And in fact, I would say that the best solution to have a great starting template for your resume that you will adjust for every position is to come back to it every few days. Often, when we read something, we know what we meant, what we wanted to achieve, and we don't see mistakes or the sentences that are suboptimal. But if we look at it in a few days, or better yet, ask someone to take a look, then maybe those smaller imperfections will be easier to catch. And finally, the structure. And here, please, there are only 4 things that actually matter on your resume. Contact details, short introduction, experience, and education. The contact details are obvious. Education is something I'm not really convinced is needed. However, historically, it's been always there. For the personal introduction and experience, we'll have separate videos, and everything else, certificates, skills, hobbies, anything else, it's just fluff. Remember, you have to prove that you are a great candidate in 2 pages, and if you think that any of that fluff will help you, go ahead. But it's really not needed. It's your personal intro and the experience that tells the story, that proves the hypothesis that you are a great product manager. And to become one, to have great material to prove that you are a great product manager, please check out my courses on Udemy and Skillshare. Links are now on the screen. With those courses, I am here to help you with the resume. Take a look on what you've written to advise, provided you enroll to the courses and you implement the directions, the changes that I outlined in this video. And also in the courses, you will see the examples of successful resumes before, after, and a few other bits and pieces that I might have missed on this particular video. Anywho, I'll catch you again in a week in a video about the resume summary, personal introduction, and in 2 weeks in a video about the experience section. See you then.